The one of the reasons I wanted to have you on is that, I know all these stories break right in the off season. One of the stories that broke today is Albert Breer says that the tight end coach Brian Fluery will be the Niners' next offensive coordinator. Of course, Niners lost Mike McDaniel to the Dolphins coming into last year, and now Bobby Slowick, according to reports, is going to go with D'Amico to be the Texans' offensive coordinator. Fleury's interesting. He's been in the Niner organization as a coach for 4 years. He's an ex-college quarterback, so he's got that on his resume. But this guy's coached defensive backs. He's coached linebackers. He's been the quality control coach on both sides of the ball. He's been a research analyst. If Brian, what did you think when you first saw Breer's report about Brian Fluery? Do you think that makes sense?
Yeah, I'm not sure if it was a report. I think Breer knows as much as we do, and Brian Fleury is somebody that I predicted as soon as we saw Bobby Slowick move on. I thought either Brian Fleury or Clay Kubiak. I think the 49ers have developed a system under Shanahan where if they can, they're going to promote from within, and they're grooming guys at the lower levels to be able to handle these higher roles. And Brian Fleury's resume, you said it, he's coached on both sides of the football, former college quarterback at Towson. If you watch warmups, he's there throwing routes alongside Brock Purdy. He still has an arm. It's impressive. They're throwing those go balls to all the 49ers targets at the start of pregame warmups, and Purdy will be on one side, Brian Fleury will be next to him, and he's sitting there throwing. I'm not sure if he could play anymore. I think that he played at the lower level of college there, but he's a humble guy. I asked him about it. I kind of joked around. He said, "No, I'll stick to coaching after warmups." But he's worked with D linemen, like you said. He's worked with linebackers. Started as a quality control guy. Has moved his way up, has been around. Brian Fleury has been around, and they put him in that tight ends coach role this past year in large part because they wanted to support the quarterback position in terms of the pass game. They said, John Embry, his predecessor at tight ends coach, was really big for instilling, bulldog mentality in the 49ers players. He would fine George Kittle $10 every time he ran out of bounds as a rookie back in 2017. And boom, George Kittle never runs out of bounds anymore. It's turned into one of the biggest YAT guys in the game. So Embry was great for what the 49ers needed at the time. They wanted a little bit more precision now from the tight end route running game because they knew that to support Trey Lance at the start of the 2021 season, every little variable would count, right? And so they brought in Fleury, who had never coached tight ends before, to look at that tight end position from the vantage point of how the defense might try to guard it and
Right.
what the quarterback would want as a QB. And the fact that he had all these different experiences at different coaching spots was exactly what Shanahan wanted. And look, Kittle had his biggest year in terms of touchdowns yet. And I think a lot of it he credits to Brian Fleury. And I think naturally the extension of that is, okay, who can be the next pass game coordinator? Well, it's going to be this guy who you've already been looking to coordinate the pass game from the tight end position. He's been training for this position. So I think either him or Clay Kubiak is next. I think that just background itself will allow you to make that educated guess that the 49ers will turn to one of those two guys to fill either the pass game coordinator role or the offensive coordinator role. They've only had an OC role filled once under Shanahan. That was McDaniel in 2021. So let's wait and see what they do. I think you initially try it as a pass game coordinator role. You reserve that OC role for a guy that you want to keep in the building in case there's a chance he's going to leave, right? Give him that OC promotion, a little bit more money. It leaves a little bit of incentive there for the wanting.
Interesting coaching families. You got the Shanahans and the Kubiaks, and they're so intertwined in so many ways.